And I think that there's magic in that. Now, is that the only way to play? No. I think it's a great way to play early. I think it's a great way to same bet yourself early, right? To stay ahead of the curve. Once you get to the top of the curve, you got to go, right? On rhythm. Because I wanted to show you how strong same betting actually is. And I think that leads into what I want to talk about today with our kind of lecture time is the power of same betting. So as we kind of keep going into the 401 series here, we're talking about play styles last week, right? So the play style I want to talk about today in session 9 is standing pat or same betting. I think it's one of the most powerful ways to bet. And today's daily paycheck roll, by the way, daily paycheck every day on Casino Gaming TV. We do it live at 7 a.m. Check that show out because you'll find that some days I literally do this, right? Matter of fact, I'm starting with the same bet. I go out there all across for 2 hits and I pull the bets. Same bet, and I'm out every day. I think it's one of the core ways to play. And I think it's a powerful way to play. The 3 core ways to play, by the way, there's only so much you can do, right? I think there's only really 3 ways you can literally play. You can start your bets super small, right? If you take craps as an example, you can go like 64 across or table minimum across and build your bets up from that point. That's one way to play. Okay. Another way to play is start a little bit higher, medium-sized bet, and just collect. Same bet, collect. Just get in the engine that's moving money into your rack, right? I did that all morning on the Daily Paycheck show today. I started with a medium-sized bet, right? On my first 2 shots, I collected, Daily Paycheck. I went back out with a new bankroll, did some work out there. I think Iron Cross, same bet, right? Made back half of our losses today with the same bet. It's a powerful way to play. You can start high, bigger bets, and regress backwards. Go 320 across. Take a hit at $70, come down to 64 across. On a roulette table, you can go, $25 on 2 different dozens. Take a hit that nets you $25, go back out there for $10 on each dozen, lock up a nickel profit, right? Starting high and coming down. You can start small and build up. You can start high and come down. You can start in the middle and work your money. There's no other way to gamble. That's it. That's your only 3 choices to get started. We got to realize that first, right? How you employ that though, how you put that to work for you, merge those together, combine those and sequence those. That's part of your core attack. That's how you phase your playing. And that's what makes you dangerous. Makes you dangerous when you learn how to move from a regression down and hammer it up. When you learn how to move from a medium-sized bet, a couple of collects, and walk out with money every single freaking day, or take 2 hits off of a medium-sized bet and use that to replay at a different medium-sized level and start collecting, right? When you combine this stuff, you become very, very powerful. Okay. I think that same betting is great. Today was a good example of it. We started at our target. I knew today, for example, I needed to win $1,400. I put enough bets out there that every bet won 700. So I took 2 hits, same bet, and boogied, right? At worst, the first hit comes back to my rack and I lose on the second one. I've lost not all of my money. If I would have taken the first hit and done a full press and the 7 came, you lose everything, right? You leave potential out there. The second hit would have been more than 700, sure, right? But I was able to control time, right? I say this all the time. I can stop after any number of wins. I said, I'm taking 2 hits and I'm out. I scoped my play to 2 hits, period. I controlled time when I decided to same bet for a certain number of rolls. That's an important thing. I can control the donks. How bad do I get rocked when I lose, right? I can play for probability. I can say, look, I'm going to take 2 hits. I got 80% chance of winning on those rolls. I'll take the probability play for 2. I'm not going to try and extend it out and make a miracle, right? If I beat the expectations, I'm going to come out ahead. I can control some of that, right? And of course, I'm in control of my money. When I'm same betting, I can decide to risk a little bit or a lot, but I know what I'm out there, right? And I know it's coming back every single time. I'm in control of the entire thing. The nice thing about same betting is the advantage of always collecting, right? Today on the Daily Paycheck show, I collected every single roll. I never did a full press. One time I did a full press. One time I did a 66 press. Every other hit, same bet, same bet. I'm always pulling back. I'm always pulling back, right? On the first 5-6 rolls, I'm ahead of everybody who decided to press really hard. I was ahead of you all the ways through. Now, at some point, there's a you get in the passing lane and come by me. But by and large, I'm ahead of you. If I collect, the fifth collect, I'm still ahead of all the people who pressed, right? I'm not failing a progression. I'm not doing I need 4 hits to make it happen, and I get 3 hits and it doesn't happen. I don't have that worry. When I'm same betting, I never fail to make a progression because there is no progression. I'm just bringing money back, right? There's never a surprise when you're same betting, right? You win or lose on probability. That's it. Reliability here is job one, we say. Reliability is job one. You know what's coming, right? When you're playing for paycheck play, get in, get out, get done. Couple hits, 2-3 hits. And I scoped it. I said, I'm going to go all the way across, get the field, 2 hits, bye-bye, right? You can do that when you're same betting for paycheck play. It's the way to keep your bets reliably, I want to say small, but reliably sized and relatively scoped. Again, you optimize. This one's optimized for time. That's the most important thing. Okay. Now, there are reasons not to same bet. Today was also a good example about that. We're missing out on the big roll. On the morning show, I had a 25 roller and I was same betting 10, 15 bucks, 15 bucks, 15 bucks, 21, right? I'm bringing back nothing. I'm bringing back pennies to my rack, not Benjamin, right? No hundreds coming back. No black chips coming back to the rack. It was all tiny ones, right? I missed out on 4 10s and 3 4s because I wasn't betting them. I was, again, managing my bankroll, managing my time, right? I couldn't make a power play because I decided not to press. So there's no power play. I'm just going to collect. Turns out on a 25 roller, I went from $0 in the rack to $220 in my rack, whatever it was, right? I same betted my way back to a respectable day at the office. But yeah, I missed out on the big one. I missed out on a huge roll today, right? No surprise. I win or I lose, kind of what I expect. I'm going to get 4 to 5 hits before the 7. As long as I'm evening up a little bit, I can stop playing or I can walk out a winner each time. That's fine. No surprises. When you're same betting, also the comp advantage is pretty there, right? Because you always know what your rating is going to be, right? Your rating is what your spread is. I got this much money out. That's my rating. You know what's going to be. You can reliably earn comps when you're same betting, right? I'm going to put $64 or 96 or 120, or I'm going to grab 2 dozens for $100 each. You know what your rating is going to be. Nothing changes. You don't need to catch anybody's eye to look at my pressed up bets, right? You're just going to do what you do, and it's easy. It's an advantage when you think about it that way, right? Now, you can compare that to other ways of playing, right? We can do some table comparisons here. We can look at how does the same bet compare to a pressing pattern when I'm trying to set up for a long run. Let me actually do a quick little switch over to my table, and I want to show you kind of what this looks like. Let's actually look at an interesting comparison. One of the ways that I've always loved to play is this idea of the Hawaiian horn. Okay, let's check it out. Let's go 64 across. Okay, and I'm gonna fudge the numbers here. We're gonna pretend we got our hits. Okay, 64 across, standard craps, right? Across betting, whatever. Let's pretend we get 4 hits. Let's just pretend we got 4 hits. Okay, on whatever numbers they are. I rolled a 6. Let's just pretend we get 4 6s in a row. It's a miracle, right? We got $14, right, in the first one. We're gonna same bet it, $14. Same bet, $10 and $4. The next one is gonna pay $14. We'll do 15 for 1 though. Okay, that's hit number 2. Hit number 3, 15 for 1. And hit number 4, again, 15 for 1. Now, where's our rack? 4 hits in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55, $56 in the rack. We're not out of the hand, quote unquote, but you've made $50 in the 4 rolls, right? That's kind of what you expect, right? Now, what happens if you do something a little more aggressive? Take that person. Remember, every hit, he brought money back to the rack. So the first hit, $14, he was out $64, right? That first hit back to the rack, his risk is $50, right? If I take $14 home, and I have $64 out there. What I have at risk is $50. On the next hit that was $15, now I've got $25, $28 in the rack. My risk out here is now no longer $64. It's not even $50. It's whatever that is, $42 at risk. Every time I bring money back, my risk level goes down. At the end, looking pretty solid. Now, let's do that same thing. I'm going to take the $52, whatever. What was it? $52? Whatever it was, $52. All right, let's go. Let's do the pineapple press, right? Which takes a $14 hit. Okay, we're going to press up the 6 and the 8. Take $2 back to the rack. We're going to catch, let's say the 9 rolls, right? We'll do every bet is the same win, right? 9 rolls, $14. We'll do 15 for 1. Press the 5 and 9 and bring the whites back to the rack. The third hit, let's say that the 9 hits, okay, for 21. That's a good hit because you're going to get an extra, right? $21, go to the 4 and 10. And now we get another, let's say $21 hit somewhere in the middle. And now you come back down to $64. All that way, your entire $64 was at risk. The entire thing, until the third hit came or the fourth money shot came, your entire spread was at risk. You never brought anything back. Every time, at risk for the 7, at risk for the 7 on that press, at risk for the 7 on that press, at risk for the 7 on the fourth hit. It takes 4 hits to get there, same as the other guy did, 4 hits. But I was at risk the entire time. There's $10 in whites, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $55, which matches the other guy. Okay? So he has $15 in profit. Actually, he's 50, 60, $5. He's actually up $6 in profit. This guy's down, whatever, $9. That's the difference. The same bettor for the first 4 shots ends up within $10 of the other guy. But every single roll, he reduced his risk, which I think is very interesting, right? He reduced his risk every roll. The other guy was at risk the entire time. And the difference is not vast. It's decent. It's $6 versus being $6 up versus being $10 down. It's $15 difference, right? It's not nothing. But the risk reduction of the same bettor, powerful stuff, right? And I can, we can do another comparison, right? I've done, the same bettor against tier pressure many times, right? It's the same thing. It's 4 hits and you're out when you tier press, right? So it's the same deal. And it works in every game, right? On craps, you can do that. You can press me up, right? If I do the same bettor, we just did it, right? We know that we're going to get 4 $14 hits, right? We'll do it again. There's $14. That's hit 1. Hit 2 is 15 for 1. Hit 3, 15 for 1. Hit 4 is again 15 for 1. So again, you're bringing back 25, 50, $6. 56, not 52, $56 to the rack, right? Let's actually put that here. But the guy that's doing the same, or the single unit press, let's just take the 9, right? The 9 pays $14. Single unit press, he's bringing back 9. That pays 21. Single unit press. He's bringing back less money. This guy here brought back $30, right? He's only got back 20, 25. He's behind for 2 rolls. And again, 21 pays 28, 25, 28 goes up again. At this point, after the third hit, he's still behind the other guy, right? He's got his $53. He's still behind the guy that same bet until the 4th hit. At the 4th hit, finally, he makes his $35. And he's ahead. This is the one that puts him up, right? But it takes 4 hits to get there of the same number even, right? I think, like I said, on the same number, I don't know, man. It's a miracle to get 4 hits on the number, and it takes 4 hits before this guy surpasses the guy that same bet on the same number. It takes 4 hits of single pressing to get to the same point the other guy the same betted every time. And you're increasing your risk here, and you're not getting the money back to your rack there. I think same betting gets ragged on a lot for being too simplistic and missing out on too much. But the lion's share of what we see, It's not 4 or 5 hits on the number. The lion's share what you see is not 4 or 5 hits across. The lion's share what you see is 2 or 3, right? So in most cases, that person that's same betting is going to come out slightly ahead, slightly ahead, slightly ahead, but they're going to miss the big one, right? That's the downside, is you miss the big roll. But I'll tell you this, I know Waylon will tell it too, there is zero shame in collecting money, right? If I go back a couple screens here, there is no shame in collecting money. And again, on my morning show on the Daily Paycheck, we did it today where I same betted almost every single time and worked myself back to almost even, right? No shame in collecting. So again, I don't want to see judgment on the people that are same betting. I would have got so much more on that roll than you did, or like, you hear that all the time. Guess what? The same bettor probably over time is doing better than we think they are. And I think that there's magic in that. Now, is that the only way to play? No. I think it's a great way to play early. I think it's a great way to same bet yourself early, right? To stay ahead of the curve. Once you get to the top of the curve, you got to go, right? This morning, I didn't ever make that choice. I same betted the entire time. I never actually went. But I think getting to the starting gate from a same bet, I think is important. So that's my talk for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave us a comment here in the comment section for the video, but really better still, join us on Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv and hit the community link in the menu there and join our Discord. That's where me, other YouTubers, and all of our subscribers hang out. We sit there and talk strategy and just BS kind of all day long. It's a great way to get connected and stay connected and kind of interact with the team. Learn about meetups and get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. So with all that said, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.